They have no idea how to properly voice the speaker to the box itself because there is no box. There's too many anomalies there. So we thought if we were going to make a custom theater package that goes either in the wall or in the ceiling, we need to have boxes. So you can't see it, but if I were to pull this out from the wall, you've actually got a reservoir box. So it's its own plastic encasing that the speaker actually sits inside of. Big problem though is we're now limiting the amount of internal air volume. So there's a little rule of thumb here that says the more internal air volume I can have on a speaker, the louder I can play it and the more bass it's going to have. Well, think about what's a standard wall joint, 2x4s, right? So we're really limited on the depth on these products. So our engineers came out with a brilliant solution. What they do is they attach this frame, if you can imagine, to another reservoir box that's that big. And the way it works is the frame, via 3 screws, attaches to this additional reservoir box that has a hole in it. So what I do is I push the reservoir box into the wall, I fold the frame up this way, and then attach them via a couple screws this way. And now I've doubled the amount of internal air volume on the speaker. So rather than going backwards, we did it vertically this way. And so that's what all the wall mount versions do. And again, the price points are very similar. $600 a channel, $1,000 or $1,500 a channel. Guess which ones we're showing you here? Of course, the $1,500 channel, right? We want to show you the best stuff we have always. So that's what we're doing with the 7.3s in the front. So our other solution was, well, what about the ceiling? So if you look up behind you, over to the left and to the right, that is the ceiling mount version of the speaker. That actually has a reservoir box that's about 7 inches deep, 7.3 to be exact. Why? Because your standard ceiling is a 2x8, not a 2x4. So we've got all that extra room this way that we can make the larger internal volume to get the sound output level we're looking for. And when I start doing the demos for you here in a second, you're going to be blown away with the amount of output level these things and the sound pressure it can actually fill inside of the room itself. The electronics in the system are currently Rotel. Now, if you don't know, Rotel is sister companies with Bowers and Wilkins. So we control 99% of the global distribution for Rotel. We also do product development, sales, marketing, the whole 9 yards. So what we're showing you is our best preamp and amp combination. You can't see it here, it's actually outside in a rack, so you can take a look when you wander out in the room. So it's a preamp that's $2,200. HDMI, all the greatest, latest features everybody's looking for. And we've got a 5-channel amplifier. Why? 5 speakers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 250-watt amplifier times 5 channels running the room. We've got a Blu-ray player that we're going to be using for our source. Of course, you can do DirecTV, satellite, cable, whatever it is. And then, of course, this beautiful TV we're using. This is the Samsung, right? This is the latest Samsung. It's gorgeous, by the way. I don't know too much about video, so don't ask me about the TV. Daniel can answer those questions for you. But I added up in my head, I'm thinking this whole system is roughly about 16. Am I sort of in the ballpark there, Daniel?
Sure.
Yeah, sort of in the ballpark there. I would say bare minimum to get into one of these custom theater packages, all in, you're roughly at about $10,000. But don't forget, we can probably take you up to about $400,000 if we went with the full CT8s and everything. I just saw a presentation. We did 2 theaters in India. They were 60-seat theaters with this big CT8 system. They actually put 7 speakers and 14 subwoofers inside of this room. It was so big. And it was wonderful sounding from what everybody tells me. It blew everybody away. Okay, so any questions on the equipment at all before I go on and start doing some demos?
On the surrounds.
Mm-hmm.
You said it was a 7-inch tall?
7.3, correct.
Okay. Now, if you were in a 2-story and you didn't have that depth, is there a folding out box or a box?
Not for the ceiling mount speakers, no. I'd probably steer you towards a different direction. I'd probably steer you towards our regular CI 600 series and then put a back box on top of that. We're sometimes worried about sound transfer from one room to the other. But you'd be surprised. I mean, in almost every home made since the 50s, they have a processor and amplifier that sells for roughly about $5,000. So if my math adds up, the system you're watching, video, everything all in, is roughly about 16 grand, somewhere in that neighborhood. Now the cool thing is we actually make in the CT series, this is our entry level, believe it or not. We can go all the way up. We have a system that's available for roughly about $250,000 that would really rock your socks. between speakers and electronics. It's called our CT. I don't know, as good as that sounds, right? How's it going to get a lot better than that? You'd be surprised. So.